Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, we'd like to start off, give all honor and glory and praise and worship to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
double honors to our apostles, our elders, a great millstone. We will teach you on sound doctrine, stone Shalom, to the hopeful elect, the rest of the large, most to the men and children of the Lord, have mercy on these last days, man. All right, the brothers from GMS Cleveland. All right, with another lesson from the Spirit and Power, YAHWAH, Lord willing, is edifying to the member of the Lord's elect. All right, it's a lot of news and prophecies being pushed in the media and happening in the world. The same prophecies that the men of the Lord has been prophesying since we could remember, man. And now they're starting to manifest themselves officially on the earth, in the earth, man. Okay, and these are, and the scripture called them birth pains. The scripture called them many things, man. And now we're starting to see what the prophets have been saying the whole time, man. All right, the Lord is making good on His word and good on His promise. Okay, and this is the first start of it. And because of that, you see the crumbling of a system within and without. And it started with the prophets. You see what I'm saying? And because the prophets emerged on the scene, you have what you know as the one who's in rulership, Esau Edom. What he did was, pursuing the Psalms 83, he has made covenants and agreements with other nations, all right, to keep us from these things, so that these things wouldn't happen, because they knew once the prophets came back on the scene, the downfall of the society will come. Actually, when America first emerged on the scene, that was the start of its downfall, man. Believe it or not, man. Okay, according to the prophecy. Okay, and so now, according to the title, I forgot what it said.
Your alliances being broken.
Your alliances are being broken. Now in the news, we're starting to see, as they get closer to the so-called NWO, you're starting to see, because they have something called an NWO, you're starting to see the alliances that they have made with these other nations. You're starting to see those agreements being broken. Okay, you're starting to see the beast get fed up with the whore. You're starting to see these different European Union, these nations, they starting to get fed up with the whore, which is America.
I got a quick precept about something you said, because you said the prophets pretty much been speaking, and now you're starting to see. You know, pretty much you're starting to see the things that we have been speaking about. Now it's actually happened. The things that people thought wouldn't happen. All right, this is Ezekiel 12, and this is Ezekiel 12 and 25. It says, "For I'm the Lord, I will speak." All right, and how does the Lord speak? He speak by the way of His prophets. All right, it said, "I will speak." I will speak, and the word that I will speak shall come to pass. It shall no more be prolonged in your days, because in this chapter is pretty much going into that proverb that people are saying. The days are far off. All right. It said, so pretty much that's why the Lord is starting to back up what the prophets are saying, man, because what we're saying is His words. It says, "I shall speak and shall come to pass. It shall no more be prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord." All right. And it says, "And again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off." Okay, now these things ain't far off now. Okay, and like Apostle said, he named this year what, man? The hopeful year of all the prophecies coming to pass. And now we're actually living in a time where the prophecies are coming to pass.
Beautiful. I got a quick one to match that. This is Isaiah. It wasn't 24, it was 41. It's Isaiah 41. I think it's all right, yeah, it's Isaiah 41 and 21. "Produce your cause, said the Lord. Bring forth your strong reason, said the King of Jacob. Let them bring them forth and show us what shall happen." And that's what the Lord is saying, doing. He's showing us what shall happen. All right. It says, "Let them show the former things what they be, that we may consider them and know the latter end of them, or declare us things for to come." Show the things that are to come hereafter. And that's what the Lord is showing. He's showing the things that's to come hereafter. It started with the prophets, man. It says that we may know that ye are gods, yeah, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together. So the point was that the Lord is showing us what's to come hereafter. And he's giving the gift to the prophets. And they're breaking it down plainly to the people, man. All right? Because it's that way, so nobody have an excuse of why these things are happening. the fall of an economy, the concept of how he's coming. All right, the force he's coming with, why he's coming with the force. All right, talking about Esau and YAHWAH, YAHWASHI. All right, the whole shebang, man.
Yeah, because the Lord, he always breaks the kingdom down spiritually and then physically. Right? He breaks the kingdom down spiritually by the prophets prophesying against it, and then he comes physically and throws the kingdom down. So we're pretty much saying that this is an indicator of how we know that we're living in the end times of this devil, man.
Come on. That's just, according to 2 Corinthians 9, this is how we're measuring the times of which we're currently living in. And we're at the end of Esau's game, man, of his rulership, man.
That's right.
We're at the end of this, man.
In the beginning of ours. And we're entering ours.
There you go. And so, and Esau knows that. So that's why he's making haste. Like something that he had something called Agenda 2030. Well, it's 2023. So he like, damn, I gotta make haste. I gotta push these things forward. Now they talking about 2025. And then not only that, they talking about 2023 because the year we in. Now you got something called the Fed now that's going to be pushed on July 1st, man. It's going to be implemented at the start of July, man. Okay, but like I was saying, with the NWO, which stands for New World Order, all right, which this shows you, that proves that we're in the modern Romans, revised Roman Empire, which the Roman language was the Latin language, which you have on your dollar bill, Nouveau Ordo Seclorum. I probably said it backwards, but it means New World Order of the Ages. Okay, it shows you that we're in the revised Roman Empire. So the point taken is that they had also on that dollar bill, in God we trust. So this new world order, this new world system is going to be implemented and surrounded by the currency, the concept of the currency, man. But this is what they failed to realize. In order to fail the system, they had to have holes in the system, which allowed the other nations to take opportunities and to take this opportunity to depart from the beast and to depart from the alliances that they had. The reason why a nation has an alliance with the man named Esau is because they got rich off of that. But when they find out they could get rich on their own, they don't know that. They don't know.
The Lord allowed Esau to literally push his way around the four corners of the earth.
Exactly.
All right. The Lord allowed Esau to be everyone's favorite. Okay. Everyone's go-to person. Okay. But now the Lord is literally about to make him he about to unpopularize this devil, man.
Right.
Because Esau has been popular throughout the earth, man. Everyone taking on his customs, everyone taking on his ways. The scriptures say, I've seen a wicked and great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. See, now the Lord is about to unpopularize this devil. He's going to turn everyone is going to realize that this devil is their enemy.
Because the system that he has set up only benefited America. It only benefited him, nobody else. And that's what the country's like, hold on, man.
Well, Shalaki, but we're entering a time to where if he fulfill his agenda, it's going to benefit him. Because he thinks that's why he pushed this dollar everywhere and had everybody dependent on it, because he knew with his new agenda that he was going to bring forth that everybody would have to literally fall to it. You know what I'm saying?
God, bro. God, you got a precept?
It's Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 7.
All right, let's go, man. That's all.
It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the borders. That's a compound word. I would say calm, meaning with, and confederacy goes back to trust. Because once again, once you make an alliance with someone, y'all both trust that y'all gonna do what y'all promised, what y'all said y'all gonna do.
The covenant, because he goes around and makes covenants and agreements with the world. And then he always, that's why the scripture says through his policy, he causes craft to prosper. You know what I'm saying?
That's that word.
It says a league or covenant, a contract between two or more persons, bodies of men or states combined in support of each other in some act or enterprise, mutual engagement, federal compact. Said the friendship of the world are off confederacies and vice, a confederacy of princes to check innovation.
It said mutual engagement. That was what the brother was saying, for people to make some type of profit off of whatever agreement they made. And like the brother was saying, it's to a point where now the nation is saying that they don't need Esau, they don't need America to prosper. That's why you got everybody dishing a dollar.
Bro, that's the spirit. That's exactly what I'm about to say. You got damn near just about every nation that gets the American dollar now. And that's why you see how the shit taking place where America get ready to ditch the dollar. It's going to be a global reset, and people don't see it coming. That's why you got all these troops on the ground in these different cities, because they're preparing for it.
And you see,
it's going to be uproar amongst the people.
You see, France, I think is a part of the EU.
Yeah.
And they even talking about joining BRICS.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The reason why that these other nations is ditching the dollar, okay, is because they see the future now.
Exactly.
See, it was at a point where Esau set things up where they can benefit from it, you know, but now these other nations, they see the future like, hold on, if we all get on board to this, then it's only going to have you win at the end.
Right.
So before you oppose this, let me ditch it. But Esau knew that.
Yep.
Esau knew that.
Yep.
Esau knew that would happen. You know?
I got a quick one. Then you got it. Right? Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress.
Who's the well-favored harlot? America.
Yep.
The well-favored harlot.
Yep.
America's well-favored amongst the world, man.
Yep.
Well, really, these damn Edomites. It's a people before it's a place, man.
Yep.
You know?
The mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations to her whoredoms and families to her witchcraft.
Yeah.
To go back what I was saying, like, because they gained, basically the witchcraft is wearing off the minds of the nations. They saying things for what it is to a certain degree, which is to fulfill prophecy, so they can actually shoot. You know what I'm saying? Separate from her and do what the Lord intended for her to do.
That's right.
I was gonna say, and it said the mistress of witchcraft. Mistress, that's the female way of saying master. You know, the master, that's the top level. That's the superior.
That's it. That's it. What did you want to say? Well, go ahead.
Just Jeremiah 51:7.
Oh, he right there right now.
Okay, come on, go ahead.
Oh, I had told him. I had told him somebody grab it. Yeah. Hold that. Yeah. Let's go. All right. Finish that. All right.
You got the Obadiah.
Let's go. Read it like now.
Chapter 1 verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
See?
And prevailed against thee.
They said the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, because at one point in time the nations were at peace with the beast, because they too profited to some degree, and they profited off the ignorance of Israel. But now Israel is waking up, so now they're losing profit. Now everything is going to shit. You know what I'm saying? Now they're like, okay, now we got to push the button on this new system that we were talking about here at this time. Now we got to push it. But what's happening is some countries not ready, some countries ready. A lot of things is happening behind closed doors, and they like, yo, this nigga's tripping.
Well,
we gotta separate from this nigga.
Because Esau had everybody believe that he was a friend. He cared.
That's it.
You know, he wanted them to do good.
Yep.
But this devil, as time goes on, he's becoming more of a devil. Yep. And the Lord said power was given to him to take peace from the earth, which means Esau doesn't have a friend. He's not only Israel enemy, he's the whole world enemy.
Right.
Now everybody is starting to see that wine has wore off. You know, a person been drunk off the Babylon juice, but now that juice is wearing off. Yep. They're like, hold on.
That's what we about to get.
I'm in there with a hoe.
Because when we go into the word contract, what Esau does is he make contracts. Con is like a con artist. So we just say against and like right. So and then you got track, which is like a lapse of time, right? With a certain time. So he make these contracts with people because he know it's going to actually be a time where it's not hold a value no more, where he could just move and say, well, you know, I just, you know, but he actually had you sign on it. Now you go ahead.
When you go into that word con, it's a verb and a noun. It says persuade someone to do or believe something, and then it says an instance of deceiving or tricking someone. So a contract is to deceive you and trick you.
Yep. And it said for a lapse of time, it says a lapse of time is a period that is long enough for a situation to change or for people to have a different opinion about it.
Right. So pretty much Esau puts you in a contract, you know, and makes things smooth and good. Yep. That's why the scriptures say if he do it for any good, he do it for unwillingly, and at the last, he gonna declare his wickedness.
Damn,
he's at the point where he's declaring his wickedness.
Damn.
And the nation's like, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
I thought that, you know, now you're trying to enforce this tiny tech, and it's only gonna. So hold on, the whole time you wanted to do this, you know. But
Go ahead. Yeah, finish that.
Back to Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7, it says, read from the top again. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And it says, they that eat thy bread, those that was making trades and doing business with America, them same ones that we see the wound being manifested, but the ultimate wound gonna be them shoot missiles at this place.
Right.
And it says there is none understanding him, because what America understood, what they did, the things that they was doing and the way they was going about things, having everybody following their agenda, it's starting to be done away with.
The deception, because the truth is in the earth. You know, this devil's being exposed.
Yup.
And you read, you finished the verse. That verse,
Yeah.
you said it's about the bread. The bread is going into it says
Substances.
they bread have made they going into help me out, bro.
Substances.
The
things that
the money
these other countries gained and benefited from America, the aid.
Yep.
It's going into the aid and things like that.
Yep.
Because that's what Esau would do. You know, he'd go to the UN meeting. They had that bitch Nikki Haley. She'd pretty much be saying what America wants to happen. And the first thing they say when you don't agree to something, well, America's just going to withdraw the aid and we're giving you guys. You know what I'm saying? Then the country be like, hold on.
Yeah. Right. They create the problem, and then they, you know what I'm saying? Well, we just gonna take it from you.
We're going to withdraw the aid. And the other country's like, look, hold on.
Bro.
I thought we had a covenant in the contract.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly. Go ahead, cause
It's Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. It reads, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Right. So now the nations are mad because that's what I was saying earlier. They drunk of the wine of Babylon, and you know how you drink so much, and you wake up the next morning, you be fucking mad as hell. Like what, man? Like you barely remember, and you just wake up mad. Like you just like, damn, man. That's how the nations is. They start that drink is starting to wear off of them, man, and they starting to get sobered up, and they like, what the fuck? You know?
hey, because these high up officials in these other countries, they citizens is at an uproar now, because literally they carried on the ways of Babylon, and now they realizing that they led their own people into a trap.
Yup. Because Esau, he don't care about the people. See, so because the nations follow him, it resulted in them not caring for their people. When in reality, the nations, they do care for their people. That's why they have certain rules and rights. They don't got the same things over in the third world countries that is over here.
And that's why when you take on democracy, you destroy your whole country.
Democracy. That's it. Democracy.
Quick one.
Democracy.
Speaking on the wine, because we know that wine is speaking of the philosophies and the thought process that America pushes up. This Sirach chapter 31 and verse 29 says, "For wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind." And America literally means bitter. Go back to the Hebrew marah. It says, "But wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind with brawling and quarreling." And that's what happened when you indulge in the ways of America. You start to become bitter, just like America is bitter. Not only that, it says brawling and quarreling. Next thing you know, you want this place to get destroyed too.
Yep.
And that's how these other nations feel.
Yep. It's like a nigga roofing your drink. Like you put something in your drink and you like, man, you know, then you find out. That's how you like. That's how they just like, man, this nigga is the one that roofing my drink, man. Got me fucked up, and I don't even drink like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I went because I knew I wanted to have a good time. That's how the nations was. But now, even his allies, though, that's the point of the lesson. Because his allies, though, you know what I'm saying, is now starting to like, yo, this nigga is tripping, man. You know what I'm saying? To the point they're gonna actually shoot missiles on her and make her desolate, man. It's gonna be that drastic, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be big about, and niggas in the street, they be big about contracts and agreements, man. You can't make an agreement and go back on your word, bro. You be looking at the nigga like, man, is you serious? You be feeling some type of way, man. Go ahead, Art.
It says, but verse 8, Jeremiah 51 and 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed.
And they balm is a healing ointment. And see, Babylon's not going to be healed because there's no coming back from this.
I really try not to tell you. I want the other there's videos that I put in there. They might have tried to do some super gigantic shit.
God.
But the thing is, they might do some super gigantic shit and make you think you gonna deal with it, but they ain't gonna worry about this thing.
God. Right, because That's Job what? That's Job 20. As they about to try to feed their belly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, or you fulfill it. You know what I'm saying? You get to that hunger, that certain hunger. I mean, that certain fulfilling of after you was. You know what I'm saying? That satisfaction. Now you go like Jake ready to. Yeah. Nah, bro. The Lord gonna stop there.
And that was Esau, the pride. Because when brother was reading that Obadiah, the pride of his heart had deceived him to the point where he think that he's going to continue and drag this and do whatever he wants to do to these other nations, and he think that they still fear him, you know. So you know what? I've been doing and we have literally watched Esau go throughout the world, invade countries, take their resources, and literally been in that get down and lay down spirit and work all this time. But now that pride that he has, it literally makes him believe that he's going to be able to carry this out, and everybody's just going to be good with it. No, they're going to shoot missiles on your ass.
Finish your point of that article. Go what you said,
bro.
This verse 9, it said, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country. For her judgment reaching up to heaven is lifted up to the skies." And that's it right there. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like how, like, brother said, like, they've been invading all these other countries. You ain't supposed to meddle in other men's affairs. You feel what I'm saying? Right. You ain't never supposed to meddle in other men's affairs. If that's what's going on over there, you're supposed to let them deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But America creep into these other countries and help them, or think they doing something for that country to help them against an ally they got. That's the whole reason Russia got mad, because that shit between Russia and NATO. That's it. You feel what I'm saying?
You talking about with the Ukraine?
Yeah, well, that shit between Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, but here you is trying to merge NATO with Ukraine for NATO to help Ukraine, and Russia like, what the fuck is you doing?
Because if they would have did that, they would have been on their front. They would have been on their front.
Yeah,
that's a problem. That's what the whole thing.
That's right. And I was watching some earlier, you know what I'm saying, and allegedly, but I was watching this video, and that's why they killed what's his name, JFK, John F. Kennedy, because they were trying to get him. His nephew was doing the interview. But because he was like, I remember when he was young, they were trying to get him then as president to use American military to invade Cuba, to invade all these other places with shit they had going on in their backyard. But yeah, you got it out.
No, that's good. Did you finish that verse out?
Yeah, I finished that verse 9.
All right, look. All right.
But you want to bring it back?
No. Because you had the last part of it. Just read the last letter in.
I'll just bring it back from the top. It's Jeremiah 51:9. It says, "We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and it's lifted up even to the skies."
It said, it said everyone will go to their own.
That's what I'm saying.
Literally, like, you know what I'm saying? You see people depart from America, and that's also like, and what the point I was about to make, man. It's you see people leaving America like, yo, this place ain't got really nothing to offer. Like, it's a bunch of confusion. And you also seeing people resorting to their own selves within their own currencies. Like, niggas, like, you got the Chinese yuan, and then you got the Russian whatever ruble, and you got niggas resorting to their own people now. They're not having a U.S. dollar. They're not even scared to say we're gonna depart from this, even though this governs the world. You know what I'm saying? This is how trade happens. Sanctions get put on. I got this article real quick. And then we'll get a couple presets and close out. This is analysis. It says whether it's Trump or Biden. This is from CNN Politics analysis. It says whether it's Trump or Biden, some in Europe see the U.S. as an unreliable ally. You see, and so they saying the U.S. is like, bro, this nigga, I can't, bro. If I'm at war, I can't trust this nigga to have my back. Now I'm gonna just read this one point. It says later down in the article, it says we just cannot afford to be overly reliant on an ally that we cannot trust and will be stable. See, they don't think America is stable. He's not stable because the nigga go in and he doing all this extra shit, man. Like, why you just can't, you know what I'm saying? Because he's extra. The scripture say he's never satisfied. He has to do more. Like, that's it. That's who he is. You know, a beast. You know what I'm saying? He might be trained, but nigga always like your pet. He always doing extra shit.
But scripture's going to that. Satan divided against Satan. You know what I'm saying? They divided against each other. You know what I'm saying? So this kingdom, it can't stand. You know what I'm saying? It ain't it's no way for it to prevail. It ain't no way for it. Like, and that's the thing. People deceive because they think that old way is gonna come back or it's gonna remain and everything. And that's why it's gonna catch everybody off guard.
Yep.
Because they think everything gonna, like you said, you think everything, you think, then that's his plan for this kingdom continue, for everything. Like, that's why you still see them building, still doing all this stuff. You still see the sports and all that other shit going on, but it's all a distraction.
It looked like they continue.
Yeah, it look like it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't all good.
When you go into that word unreliable, it says not able to be relied upon. But similes for that word is undependable, untrustworthy, and then it also say unpredictable.
Damn.
Because the way Esau moving, these other nations can't predict what he what this nigga gonna do next. Like, we can't stick around and see. He's unpredictable.
That's crazy because because when, like, if I'm around you for a period of time, I get to know you.
And
right?
they also say questionable.
So if I'm around you, I get to know you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know what you're gonna do, and I've been around you. I'm supposed to have known your characters and everything. These niggas been around them for years, and he's still unpredictable.
But so
That's dangerous.
So is everything too in the society. Like, just a small, I'm just using a small example. It's like I was looking for a career, right? You know, I'm looking for the little spots and shit. But when you look at the prices, right, it's got a set price. What you gonna pay monthly for rent?
Yeah.
But then underneath it tells you, it says subject to change without it's subject to change without basically a notice. Like, so they can go up on the rent. Shit, they can jump there. The rent can jump up $300 without telling you. So I might be paying $1,600, but just because it jumped $300, I gotta pay $1,900, regardless if they told me or not.
They call that the fine print. The fine print. It's always a catch. Like, hold on, like they have a reward out. You know, they'll put some shit like up to. It'll say $5,000 reward, but if you read the small print, it says they'll put up to right there. So when you go in there and be like, well, you just told somebody that you about to get 5,000, that fine print right there say up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, real talk.
It's always a trick.
It's always a trick with these niggas, man. Let's just get a couple more. We close out, bro. Hey, Bubba Shaw, keep it back at 2, bro.
Fine, I got you.
What you got?
I'm gonna start at the top, or we want
Yeah,
to jump down?
Since we was talking about the property, we can read down to like 6 or 7.
Fine, I'm gonna start at this. You got.
I was gonna add on to what I was saying about how America is compliant. Because what's been going on since the Ukraine and Russia, which is really NATO, since that's been going on, America been putting sanctions on Russia, and when they put sanctions on Russia, they allies have to comply with the sanctions.
Exactly.
And then next thing you know, the European nations, they suffering more from the sanctions than Russia is.
Because they rely on Russia for certain things.
Right. They do.
So that also show American allies, you can't be on our side, because why would you lay sanctions on this country knowing that we do business with this country and it's going to affect us?
Showing you, because the European nations, they going against those sanctions. At first, they was complying. That's why you had those different riots and uproars in these different European countries. But then now, over the process of time, you got like France. Recently, they said they not a vassal state. So you're starting to see the separation. You know, the kingdom being divided.
Some more. But what you have back at 2? But read that real quick. All right. It's not the top.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Right. This is a part of the vision that we seeing these things happening. The nation, the house being divided, Esau fighting Esau. He always been since, you know, whenever he was, you know what I'm saying? He always been doing that. But you know what I'm saying? So this is a part of that vision. This is what it takes for us to be delivered, man. And it's going to also bring in the persecution, because what this going to do is, you got people talking about the blackouts, you got people talking about the banking system about to fail. What you think gonna happen? Niggas gonna realize when the third day hit, first 1 day, 2 day, okay, but when the third or fourth and all them days after that hit, niggas gonna be like, yo, this shit is real. And niggas ain't gonna be able to transfer, go in and out with the currency, and then that's when they're gonna implement that tiny technology.
So I want to say these scriptures is actually the visions our forefathers literally seen these.
That's it.
We making it plain upon tables now. All right, we speaking it. We're breaking down the visions that our forefather had. That's how we making it plain upon tables.
That's it.
No, because you got it up.
Oh, you good? You good? What you got right now?
Let's head back at 2.
Oh, he reading it right now.
He reading.
God. Daniel 2 and 41. Yep. What?
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end shall speak and not lie.
That's what we are in the beginning stages of. The vision starting to speak. It's starting to speak because it's starting to come to pass, man.
Exactly.
See, a lot of people would never think that American allies will actually turn against America. Because when you hear that, you'll be like, man, America's strong. They say niggas know better than to tempt America and try America. But then you will see some shit like Kim Jong-un make threats or show us missiles, or you will see somebody like Iran show their missiles and then they make threats to America. And have military. When have you seen America have a military parade showing off their missiles? They don't do shit like that because they running off what they use. You know what I'm saying? These other countries like, look, nigga, like a boxer, they have a back and forth. But on that fight day, you're gonna see who. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what's going on right now, man. You know.
It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
And now look, you know, we've been speaking about these things, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for decades, man. Now, decades later, we literally witnessing these prophecies begin.
That's it. Right.
We can already see how these other countries is going to shoot missiles on America because we can see the confrontation. We can see the steps that the Lord is literally making to cause these other nations to hate the Lord, for the beast to hate the Lord. You know?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you got it, bro, real quick.
All right, this is a quick scripture. This Isaiah chapter 21 and verse Salakia, verse shit.
Get it now. You look stupid there. You'll be all right.
It's Isaiah chapter 21, verse Salakia, y'all got it.
Just Habakkuk chapter 2. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live from his faith. Going into Esau Edom, the soul that the spirit that the Lord placed within the Edomites is not upright. That's why you got these different divisions amongst their own, because these European nations, they Edomites too. That's why you got this division going on, because ain't none of them upright.
Right.
In verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine.
Right. What's philosophy?
Because the thought process that Esau Edom pushes out, it causes you to rebel against YAHWASHI. It says he is a proud man. Okay, that's why America has been acting the way that they act, because once again they do everything, they selfish. They do everything according to their own benefit and gain, not regarding the nations that they in alliance with. And it says, neither keepeth thy home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death. It says his desire is as hell. The scriptures tell you how hell and death cannot be satisfied. Hell talking about the grave. You never hear, you would never hear that.
Oh, left space.
You would never hear that.
Scriptures tell you too, because he can't find no rest for his own soul unless he calls somebody to follow. You know what I'm saying? That's why he always looking to trip somebody else up. You know what I'm saying? But he's setting all the traps that all the traps he said he getting ready to fall into. All right.
It says it cannot be satisfied, regardless unto him or nations, and even unto him or people.
So, we hope this is edifying. We're going to end giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Double honors again to the apostle elders, great millstone, every well, blessings and safety to the men, women, and children that believe on the name Yahawah, Shemel Shach. Sincere, keep up hope, we almost home.
Shalom.